In Dynamo, we often need to update Revit family parameters, view names, or sheet names by using text, otherwise known as a string. A string data type is essentially then text, made up of characters which form the complete string object. Let's have a look at creating strings within Python. Go ahead and place a new Python script node and double click to open it up. We can create strings by first declaring a variable and assigning to it a value with either single or double quotation marks surrounding it, making sure not to combine the two as this would cause an error. So let's try this with the variable string and the word hello surrounded by double quotation marks. We know this is a string as it's turned up yellow in color. Let's go ahead and output string and run it. Great, so we have a string object in Dynamo. We can perform two arithmetic operations on strings, multiplication and addition. Multiplication simply repeats a string a set amount of times by using the star symbol. Addition, on the other hand, is used to join strings together and is known as concatenation. This is done by using the plus symbol. For example, let's join the strings bedroom and 101 by using the plus symbol, and we'll assign it to the variable viewName. Then output the viewName variable and hit run. Great, so we have bedroom 101, but you might notice that the two strings here have been joined together with no space between. This is because spaces are also characters. So we could fix this by adding a space in after bedroom. Let's have a closer look at the string object. Take the word hello for example. The string hello appears as a single word, however it is actually made up of character objects such as letters. All of these characters are ordered sequentially in a string, so H is 0, E is 1, and so on. As each character has an index or numbered position in the string, we can retrieve them as a single or as a group by using indexing and slicing. To retrieve a character by indexing, we need to place the index of the value we want to retrieve inside square brackets after the variable name or string. So for example, say we had the variable named letter, we could assign to this the letter H by using the index 0 in square brackets after the string name. We can also retrieve groups of characters from a string, and this is known as slicing. The syntax for slicing is square bracket followed by the index we want to start the slice from, and then colon, and then the index we want to stop the slice at. So for example, say we had a variable slice, and we assign to this hello square bracket 0 colon 2 close square bracket. Slice would then equal the string HE. If either index is left out of the slice, that is left blank, the slice would automatically start from the beginning of the string or stop at the end, depending on which was left blank. So for example, the slice 2 colon blank would equal LLO. Let's jump back to Python and try indexing and slicing our own strings. Let's create a string that could be a sheet name in Revit, such as A102-plans, and we'll store this under the sheet name variable. So as we know each character has a position starting from 0, let's try to retrieve the first character, in this case A, by indexing 0. Create another variable named first letter, and let's assign to this the first index of the sheet name variable. Then output first letter. Hit run. Perfect. We've retrieved the A character. As we change the index, we get different characters from the string. For example, 7 would retrieve lowercase a. Now let's try a slice. To do this, let's create a variable named sheetNum and assign a slice of just the sheet number 102 by using the indexes 1 to 4. And then output sheetNum and hit run. Great, so we get just 102. Now let's retrieve the sheet name by slicing everything from the 5th index onwards by leaving the end index blank. So let's create a variable named sheetNam, which will assign 5:blank and change sheet name to sheetNam. Output this and hit run. Perfect. We have the string plans. Lastly, we often come across the need to turn a number into a string or vice versa. We can do this by doing what is known as casting. To do this, we simply use the object type name followed by the object we want to cast inside of parentheses. So for example, to cast an integer to a string, we would do this by writing str for string object followed by the integer we want to cast in parentheses. Let's try casting by outputting a cast of sheetNum to an integer by using int, parentheses with sheetNum for the parameter. We'll assign this to the variable sheetInt, and then output sheetInt and hit run. So we get 102. Let's check if this is actually an integer by searching for the object type node and inputting the Python script output into this. Great, so we can see that it is a type of int. Alternatively, we can change a number to a string by using str and then the number to convert within parentheses, keeping in mind that this would need to be a string of numbers, not letters. So let's try the number 101 by directly outputting str, open parentheses 101, close parentheses, and hit run. Perfect. So you can see this has created a string. This is very useful when we need to update string parameters in Revit and need to convert numbers to do so. Casting is not only confined to numbers and strings, but any type that can be reasonably cast to another object.